Hello and welcome back everyone, I'm Day-Glo Buffalo and this is Let's Play the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. When we last left off, we were Ford, back on Earth, and got Arthur some some satchel fluff that he was going to need in the future. So, well, we finished that scene and we're back in the dark, probably on the Heart of Gold. Yep, and here we are, back in entry bay number 2. Let's see what we have in our inventory. No tea, actually. Babelfish, gown, satchel fluff, thing, and the Hitchhiker's Guide. So let's go to the other fluff and drop it here, along with its brethren fluff, I guess, if you can call it that. All right. So, back north, back up. We're back on the bridge, and let's turn on the drive yet again. So let's see. Actually, we literally want to see. Painful bright light. Look at light. Oh, and we're back on the country lane. Damn it. A shadow passes in front of the sun. You look up, the shadow is a fleet of Vogan constructor ships. You fumble for your thumb, but before you can hitch a ride, the planet is destroyed. Everything becomes dark. And see, that's another kind of problem with the game. Scenarios that you've already been through are not taking out of the rotation, so you might end up in these places again. So, especially as you solve more and more of them, getting to the one that you have left can be kind of annoying and lengthy process. Okay, back up. Oh no, we have to go south twice and then up. Okay, turn on drive, but with a space. So it's C. C, C, C. Bright light, look at light. Finally. Light resolves into the bright orange sun of Damogran. The pain at the back of your eyes is from partying until very late last night, and both your heads are suffering the worst hangover you've ever experienced. You remember formulating a plan to steal the Heart of Gold, but you can't for the life of you remember any details. Presidential speedboat in the pilot seat. You're piloting the speedboat, which features very simple controls, towards the Isle of France, footnote 3. Where the dedication ceremony for the Heart of Gold will occur. You are currently steering the boat toward a narrow channel between towering cliffs and the rocky spire. There's a toolbox here outside of the pilot seat. All right, first let's check footnote 3. Damn it. Specify numbers in footnote 6. Footnote 3. A meaningless coincidence, so it's another France. All right, let's save. Because if we just keep going, we're steering the boat towards a narrow channel, so we should be good to get through the channel, shouldn't we? You almost make it through the narrow channel, but the turbulent waters push the boat toward the rocks. The autopilot button lights up and an electronic eye stalk shoots up from the hood, but a split second later the boat smashes into the rocks. Everything becomes dark, so that was not the intended outcome. So let's look at controls. The only control other than those related to steering the boat is a large red autopilot button. It bears a small label which reads, "Another fine product of the Sirius Cybernetics Corporation." You continue to steer towards a narrow channel. Okay, so let's press the autopilot button. The button glows, an electronic eye stalk shoots up from the hood, looks around and withdraws. The light fades. You continue to steer towards the narrow channel. So apparently it sees no need to intervene, so let's steer towards cliff. The boat is now heading straight at the towering cliffs. Press button. The button glows, an electronic eye stalk shoots up from the hood, looks around and withdraws. The light fades. You continue to steer towards the towering cliff, so apparently the autopilot sees no need to intervene at all. Suddenly, the autopilot leaps to life, steering the boat away from the towering cliffs. The crowd gathered for the dedication oohs and ahs as the boat swerves through the narrow channel. As it reaches the base of the towering cliffs, a plume of water forms under it, sending it higher and higher. The crowd bursts into applause as the boat reaches the top of the cliff, just south of the ceremonial dais. So get out of seat. You're now on your feet. So take toolbox, open toolbox. It's locked. So let's search for the key. You find nothing unusual. Let's search the seat for the key. You discover and pick up a small key and a piece of fluff under the seat cushion. So we already have the fluff, okay? Unlock toolbox. With the key, the toolbox opens, revealing a magnifying glass and a laser-assisted monkey wrench. All right. So at least one more tool. I don't know if the magnifying glass is actually a tool that we might need, but okay, we got everything we needed off of the boat. As you step out of the boat, the plume of water lowers it away. The crowd, unaware of the autopilot, bursts into a round of admiring applause. Dais. This is a platform surrounded by a crowd. Several members of the crowd are holding a huge banner. Just to the east is the Heart of Gold. So, let's read banner. President Beeblebrox is a swell guy. Footnote 15. Footnote 15. It's not a very good banner, is it? No, it's not. So let's wave. The crowd cheers wildly. It thinks you're terrific. Smile. The crowd cheers wildly. It thinks you're terrific. Let's make a speech. The crowd cheers wildly. It thinks you're terrific. Let's wave again. The crowd cheers wildly. It thinks you're terrific. Suddenly, Trillian leaps out of the crowd, grabs you by the necks, and points a blaster at your left head. Guards rush up, photon rifles poised to shoot. Stay back, shouts Trillian. One more step and the president of the galaxy is fried meat. The guards seem unsure and look at you for instructions. Again, this was all planned, of course, by Zaphod in order to steal the Heart of Gold. And again, this took me forever to figure out how to make the guards stand down, what you actually have to tell them. Guards, do not shoot. I don't know the word do, because the word it actually does know, it's don't shoot, which, I don't know, either I hope they ran out of words to put into the parser, because otherwise the game would become too big because of memory constraints, but that it does not understand do not shoot, but it understands don't shoot. I don't know, my instinct was to write do not shoot. And it took me forever to then come around to try and don't shoot, because I just didn't expect it to recognize the contraction of do not into don't. But hey, don't shoot. The guards hesitate, then toss their photon rifles into a pile in front of you. All right. But that's not enough, because within a couple of turns, they will figure out that something's wrong, pick up the rifles again, and kill you. So, Trillian, shoot rifles. With a cloud of sparks, the pile of photon rifles disintegrates. The crowd cheers wildly. It thinks you're terrific. Well, I think I'm terrific too. Let's go east. You and Trillian enter the Heart of Gold, that beautiful bauble you've been coveting ever since your decision to run for president of the galaxy. The excitement overwhelms you, or perhaps it's just the awesome hangover from last night. Everything becomes dark. And we should be back on that beautiful bauble of the Heart of Gold. Yep. And here we are, back in entry bay number 2 with all our tools. But we do not have the tools that we picked up in the previous scenario, so they must be somewhere here on the ship. They're not here, but hey, they came in, so they might be by the hatch, and here they are. There's a toolbox here, there's a magnifying glass, a laser-assisted monkey wrench, cushion fluff, and the small key. So let's take all. Let's go up. And actually now we've got 4 pieces of fluff. So let's take the pot and plant fluff in pot. Dig a small hole, gingerly place the fluff at the bottom and cover it. All right. Then we want to take the satchel fluff and plant the fluff. What do you want to plant the fluff in? The pot. Not the poi, the pot. Damn it! Plant fluff in pot. You dig a small hole, gingerly place the fluff at the bottom and cover it over. Okay, so what else do we have? Let's take the jacket fluff and plant the fluff in the pot. And take the last fluff, not fluffer. That is something completely different that we're not going to talk about in this game. Oh, come on! Taken, plant, fluff. And the pot. So we should have all 4 pieces of fluff planted. So let's go north. Here's where we dump our useless junk. So let's drop the key. Drop the toolbox. And I think that's it. Let's go north again. And here we can drop... Wait a second. Where's the magnifying glass? Oh, it's in the toolbox, of course. Take toolbox. You notice a tiny movement from the flower pot. You look closely and see a tiny sprout poking out of the soil. We have the toolbox. Let's take the magnifying glass. And let's take the wrench. Let's drop the toolbox again. Go north. Drop the magnifying glass. And drop the wrench. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tools. There's one last tool that is still in the heart of gold, and one tool that we still have to pick up. But one thing we can do right now is go south and go up. Now in the entry in the Hitchhiker's Guide, it said if you plant 4 pieces of fluff in a tropical climate, it will produce a plant. Now we only have a small sprout, so where can we have a tropical climate? Let's try the sauna. After several hours, you come out a changed man. You have with you a changed plant. So let's look at plant. The plant is now large and leafy. Hanging from it is a large succulent fruit. So let's go down and leave the plant here for now. Go back up, save the game, and turn on our drive. You're disoriented. Blackness swims towards you like a shoal of eels who have just seen something that eels like a lot. Okay, we're back in the dark, and now we want to listen. There's nothing you can taste. You hear the deep and distant hum of a star drive coming from far above. There's an exit to port. Of course, if we go port, you can't go that way, so we have to go south. And we're back in entry bay number 2. Damn it. That's not where I wanted to be. So let's go back up and turn on drive. And listen. Listen again. Keep listening. Deep distant hum. Let's go south. And we're back in entry bay number 2. Damn it. We don't want to be here. We want to be somewhere else. I mean, that would just be the game turning unwinnable because we need to go to that last place because there's still a very important thing we have to do. Not only pick up another tool that we're missing, but also another little thing that we have to do in order to finish the game. Hopefully, we'll eventually get there. Can we hear? And back to entry bay number 2. Well, this seems like a bit of a pickle that we've gotten ourselves into, so I don't want to keep going in circles here forever, so I'll just end the video here. I'll start a new video and bring you back when something interesting happens. So until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.